Morning muffin, coffee. I'm ready for the U.S. Open.
Fans, take advantage of these fans!
I ain't talking about Serena unless I'm talking about a GOAT. Other players taking notes, hit the serve, make them think they seen a ghost. If she really gon' retire, we should probably make a toast to the GOAT.
It's Tuesday morning here at the U.S. Open, and it's time for the warm-up. On today's show, we'll take a look at the matchups during the day session. Thorb is here with his daily wrap. Our Kidcaster will provide you with the outlook for the weather on the grounds. And let's talk Serena. She's in action tonight in Arthur Ashe Stadium. All that and more next on the warm-up.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the warm-up. Day one of the U.S. Open, the final Grand Slam of the year right here in New York City. Nick McCarville alongside Monica Puig. We're so excited for this one. 256 singles players to play their first round over the next couple days. What are the vibes? We're feeling them here on the grounds. What is it like in the locker room right now?
Well, if we can feel the electricity out here, I can't even imagine what the players are feeling right now. Having played the U.S. Open, I always got really nervous. It's the first round. You want to get it out of the way. You want to win. So, I mean, today's a tricky day.
Yeah, it is. There's been a lot of preparation, right? A lot of build-up into this moment. Why is the first round talked about as being one of the most difficult?
I believe the first round is always the hardest because you're coming in with no momentum, unless you're coming from the qualifying, having won 3 matches already. But, you know, you want to start off on the right foot, and that's what a lot of players want to do today.
All right, we're going to see it the next 2 days. First round action. We've got a lot of big matches to come.
The stage is set for the 2022 U.S. Open, and day one at the Billie Jean King National Tennis Center is here. There are some star-studded names in action around the courts to kick off the final Grand Slam of the year. Title holder and world number 1, Daniil Medvedev, makes a highly anticipated return to Ashe against Stefan Kozlov. Elsewhere, Britain's Andy Murray is featured on Louis Armstrong Stadium to face 27-seeded Francisco Cerundolo. 12th-seeded American Taylor Fritz plays a qualifier on Grandstand, and 2020 U.S. Open champ Dominic Thiem takes on 14th seed Pablo Carreno Busta on court 17. On the women's side, featured matches include number 2 ranked Annette Kontaveit on court 17. Former number 1 and currently 7th in the world Simona Halep is on Louis Armstrong Stadium, and the number 12 seed American Coco Gauff plays on Arthur Ashe. These are just a few of the exciting matches that will take place during the day session on day one here at the U.S. Open.
Hey, it appears it's time to kick off the Open. Let's do it. Man, today I'm feeling oh so clutch. I woke up, start the morning with some Cocoa Puffs. I'm never off like the young queen that's Coco Gauff. But with the pen, yeah, I'll probably have to kneel if he gon' win this again. Like King Kyrgios coming right through the stereo quick. But yeah, I know that man Taylor putting games on the fritz. And who do it like this? It really come with some ease. You hear pianos on the beat, I'm playing Madison Keys. Like, oh geez, you want a show, then we helping. Stars getting comfortable like Ben at a Shelton. But I ain't really here to bring the hope. I ain't talking about Serena unless I'm talking about a GOAT. Other players taking notes, hit the serve, make them think they seen a ghost. If she really gon' retire, we should probably make a toast to the GOAT.
All right, indeed, toast to the GOAT. We're going to talk a lot about Serena Williams. Let's talk about the day matches first up, though. Daniil Medvedev, Coco Gauff, they're going to be on Arthur Ashe Stadium. Medvedev, defending champ, semifinals in Cincinnati. What's his form looking like coming in?
I saw him play in Los Cabos a couple of weeks ago, and I was covering that event, and he just looked so comfortable, so calm on the court. He won here last year, so you got to think that he's, you know, feeling good about his chances here. Number 1 in play. Would that affect him? What do you think?
I think coming in as a defending champ, it's always tough. You've got those points to defend. Very curious to see how he comes out against Stefan Kozlov, who's the young American, another young American, Coco Gauff, to follow on that court. What about the day session in Armstrong? Andy Murray, Simona Halep, and Madison Keys all taking to court. Andy Murray, we've seen him here. He's a former champion, but he's got a tough one against Francisco Cerundolo.
The Argentine has been playing some really great tennis, but it's going to be a really great match. Andy Murray having won already here once before. So that's another person who feels very comfortable playing here in New York.
The afternoon is so fun for the New York crowd because you've got so much around the grounds. Grandstand, you've got Sakkari taking on another Maria in Tatiana Maria, the Wimbledon semifinals. That's going to be tricky for the Greek player, isn't it?
The battle of the Marias. Sakkari defending semifinals. Sometimes it's really difficult to come into a tournament and know that you have to defend lots of points. A lot of players tasked with that in this U.S. Open. We'll see how that match turns out.
A lot of people also looking for Dominic Thiem coming back after all those injuries and frustrations, taking on Pablo Carreño Busta.
That's going to be a really tough match. It's one of my popcorn matches of the day. I hope Dominic can get on the right foot, but you know, we have so many exciting things, but I think there's something even more exciting in the weather today.
Oh, let's go. Let's check our forecast for today.
Hello, I'm That Generation Kidcaster Alyssa Boyd with your day one at the U.S. Open forecast. There's a chance of rain, but it's also going to be a hot one with the high temperatures of the high 80s. Fans, take advantage of these fans! That's our weather report. Back to Nick and Monica.
All right, indeed, all eyes on Serena Williams tonight at the U.S. Open. We're going to talk about that matchup against Danka Kovinic. Let's start with the second match on Arthur Ashe Stadium. It's the special case, the Australian Open champions. They're very good friends in the doubles. Nick Kyrgios and Thanasi Kokkinakis, they've never played a main tour match.
Never played each other in a big scene, but I bet they've practiced thousands of times. They are very good friends, which is sometimes a little bit difficult to play and compete against each other when you know so much about the other person. But I can guarantee there's going to be lots of flashy tennis tonight.
Yeah, there will be. Kyrgios, 22 match wins since June, that Wimbledon final. How impressed were you by that final run, and can he bring that form here to the U.S. Open?
I loved his maturity. I love how he played at Wimbledon. Obviously, he's feeling a little bit of the tiredness, the fatigue after he won in Washington and everything. He says he doesn't know if he's going to be able to bring it at every single match to win a Grand Slam, but, you know, that's doubtful because Kyrgios, you know, he always brings his best tennis, especially in a slam.
He wants to make a march deep. Last year we saw Leylah Fernandez make a march deep. She's second up on the Armstrong tonight. Also, Stefanos Tsitsipas there. He's never been past the third round. Fernandez, that's a tough match against Oceane Dodin.
It's a tough match for her. She's a good friend of mine. I love watching her play. She's so sweet. Cinderella story last year.
Yes.
She used the crowd to her advantage so many times, which I love. I love that emotion, you know, how she brings her charisma into each match. So it's going to be really nice to see in Tsitsipas well. You know, he doesn't need an introduction, but I would love to see him win his first slam soon.
All right. Can he make a deep run? We're going to find that out. Now, Serena, we were mentioning her. She's going to be a tennis player at least for another week or two. But what's next for Serena?
She should do whatever she wants to do, whatever she feels she earned the right to do that.
She's into design, fashion.
She should definitely spend some time like resting, like traveling.
She's proven herself. If she wants to buy an island and enjoy a margarita on an island for the next 50 years, that's her right to do it.
I think she's doing great in her business. If she wants to go with that direction, she knows what she's doing.
Definitely coaching.
Educate people who wants to learn more about tennis.
Teach people and keep motivating girls.
All right, loving some of those suggestions, including just hang out on an island for 50 years.
I like
but
the margarita part.
Yeah, for sure. But Serena, the legacy that she's left, the work that she's done on and off the court, what has she meant to tennis?
She's meant so much to tennis and to me as well. I remember growing up watching her play, and I really wanted to play against her. You know, during my whole career, I never got the chance. I played against Venus numerous times, but, you know, there's something about Serena, and when she enters a room, her presence, just how she conducts and she holds herself, and she's been such an inspiration to little girls everywhere who have wanted to play the sport, and it's going to be sad to see her go, but she has an outstanding future ahead of her.
Yeah, no matter what she does, 23 Grand Slams, 6 U.S. Opens, 186 weeks at world number one. There's no one quite like Serena. The thing I'm curious about, though, too, is for players, when you go onto the court, every time Serena went on the court, someone wanted to beat her. Someone wanted to have their best day of the office. That's so much pressure for her to face.
It's a lot of pressure, but we also have to remember she's just so intimidating to face because she has an amazing backhand, forehand, serve. Every part of Serena is just a weapon. So, I mean, that's kind of the thing. I was next to her in the locker room a couple of times, and just being right there, I was like, because she's just a force to be reckoned with every single time. And, I mean, Serena, just hats off.
Hats off indeed tonight against Danka Kovinic. They've never played. Obviously, Serena, I think, in the last few matches that we've seen this summer, may be a step slower. What is Kovinic going to have to do tonight to try to break down Serena's game?
I think Kovinic is just going to have to come and be really, really solid. She's going to have to use the fact that Serena might be more emotional than usual playing prime time, which she's used to. This is her house. But 7 p.m., knowing that this could be your final U.S. Open, it's going to be a little bit hard to deal with. Kovinic just has to stay there and kind of be there. And for Serena, just soak it all in, enjoy the emotions. Everybody's going to be there rooting for her. So just use that all to her advantage.
Yeah, going to be packed inside Arthur Ashe Stadium tonight. It was also packed 23 years ago when Serena won her first U.S. Open title.
Are we interrupting your breakfast, Nicholas?
I mean, I got my morning muffin, coffee. I'm ready for the U.S. Open.
You know, I wanted some. But thanks
I've got
for
a knife
asking.
here. We can split it up. I'm guessing, though, that you wouldn't, if you're playing a match today, you're not having a banana nut muffin.
Probably not.
What are you chowing down on?
I mean, it's basically about getting those essential carbs. And we are in New York, so a bagel's always good, some oatmeal, some eggs, you know, whatever is going to get you energy to be able to endure possibly 3 hours on court.
Yeah, it's interesting, and nutrition's become so important for the players, right?
It really has. Everything green, everything healthy, organic, and I mean, so many players deal with so many different things that it needs to be so specific.
Okay, you just mentioned your breakfast of champions. Let's find out if the other players agree.
My favorite breakfast is a place in LA that I go to. It's called Huckleberry, and I love just getting their fried egg sandwich. They have like homemade orange juice, which is incredible. They have amazing pancakes. Yeah, and then I normally get a like granola. They have like this really nice granola that you can like buy and take home with some honey, some fruits on it. When I go to a restaurant, I literally buy everything, so I just want to like try everything. So that's one of like my favorite things to do. But the restaurant in Huckleberry, it's like in Santa Monica. It's one of my favorites.
Favorite off-season breakfast? Honestly, I really like waffles, but I don't really eat them that much. Only when so I guess that is an off-season breakfast.
Pancakes, buttermilk pancakes with maple syrup and powdered sugar and strawberries on top.
The players are fully fueled, so are we as the fans. Day one, what's your favorite thing of day one of the Slam?
I think the energy. The fans are ready to go, the players are ready to go, and we here are ready to go as well.
All right, let's go indeed. Day one of the warm-up is done. It's time for the tennis, and guess what? Day one of the U.S. Open Spectacular awaits.
The U.S. Open is spectacular because
it's a really pleasure and an honor to play in front of all of you in this amazing stadium. There is no one stadium in the world more energetic than this one, so many, many thanks for everything.
You can feel the energy, especially at the night matches. For me, it's incredible. I love it here.
For me, it was always like being in a movie.
Energizing ambience on court.
I love playing in front of the New York fans.
The energy in New York is always unbelievable.
Yeah, you do feel the energy from the crowd.
It's a dream come true for me.